everybody, my name is Luke Marr and this is Hot Mode, and today on Hot Mode we're getting into your 2025 LACMA Gala roast and review. If you don't know, the LACMA Gala is the Los Angeles County Museum of Art, or maybe the Cultural Museum of Art. I never really know. I never really Google it. I probably should. But we have a bunch of looks to talk about because this is more or less sort of Gucci's big push in terms of red carpet. It's something that usually is owned by them for the most part. We're going to be talking about a lot of Gucci outfits and a little bit of the Gucci drama that ensued too. So, without further ado, let's get into this red carpet roast and review. Starting off, we have Alex Consani, who is wearing Gucci. Shocker. The thing that I find really interesting about Alex's look isn't the plunging neckline or the very high slit. In reality, those to me read as very sort of historically Gucci, sexy, very Tom Ford era. And now that Demna Gvaslia is the new creative director of Gucci, we've been seeing him nod to Tom Ford for a little bit of a minute. So that makes all sense. We can also see a lot of sequins, a lot of glamour, a lot of that going on. Again, very Gucci. If you look back at almost every single LACMA gala, you will find dresses like this. But that isn't the thing that I really find interesting either. In general, it's just sort of how simple it is. Because in reality, we did see the La Famiglia collection by Demna, but from what I heard, it's not really like Demna's first collection because there wasn't a show. It was much more of like a curation of what Demna saw in the archives throughout Gucci's history, transforming that into a collection in order to go into stores because Gucci wants things in stores, as most of these luxury brands do, because in reality, as we've said in the past couple of videos, there is a little bit of a luxury downturn. So what needs to be going into the stores is things that are going to sell, going to make money, and going to help the earnings reports look good. So I think moments like this, very simple, very clean, very easy, but at the same time, I think that this is Demna's job to entice the client to start to buy. Usually you don't think beige looks good on white people, but I actually think something about A, the tone of this beige, B, the sequins, and C, the sort of sexy element transforms it into not feeling so awful and gross. Next up, we have Angela Bassett, who is also wearing Gucci. This, I believe, is custom because I haven't seen this look. I don't think that this look existed on the runway, or not the runway, the collection that he presented. And I actually think that this gold sort of yellow really pops, really is quite wonderful. And on top of it, again, we're starting to see this fringe come out. This is something we've seen time and time again from Gucci creative directors. I feel like a lot of the times I think of Alessandro or Sabato when I look at pieces like this, but more so, I guess, Sabato than anybody else. I think this works. I think the color looks fantastic. I also think the great thing about Angela Bassett, and I think this photo is showing it well, is that she understands how to sell you on a garment. Like, she's an actor. She understands that it's not just about what you wear, it's about how you sell what you wear. It's the same thing about, delivering lines. Like, it's not just about delivering the lines. They're going to be how they're going to be. It's about your facial expressions. It's about your tone of voice. It's about those sorts of things. And I think that Angela understands that. So the fact that she's having fun, the fact that she's shaking and shimmying and shimmering, it all works. Next up, we have Ariana Greenblatt, who is wearing McQueen. This is a dress that they've been pushing. I've seen it on people like Ariana DeBose. I've seen it on Hunter Schafer, but it was in red. This idea of this halter neck style with this black velvet, I don't want to call it like a garter pattern because I don't think that's what it is, but it reminds me a little bit of a garter pattern. It's just clearly meant to sort of create an interesting pattern throughout the dress, the use of seam work. I think that, to me, probably historically a nod to McQueen himself and the fact that he was a pattern cutter because of his tailoring capabilities. I think a lot of designers now are not pattern cutters. I think if you gave them a pattern, they'd be like, I don't know. The idea of emphasizing the subtlety of the importance of the pattern through that velvet detailing at the hip area is cool. I also think the dress does fit really beautifully. I think that halter looks lovely on her. She's also like, what, 20? It's not always hard to dress a 20-year-old. It looks cute. It looks nice. It's simple. So I wonder again if this, like the sort of earlier Gucci looks, is about enticing a customer to actually purchase clothing. Because I feel like the most recent McQueen collection, we really saw Schaumburger sort of heavily emphasize, like, these are things you can buy in a store. And I'll be honest, those are things I wanted to buy in a store. So it's working. Next, we have Ashley Park, and I actually don't know who she's wearing, but what I'm going to say is I think that this purple is lovely on her. I think that the sequins are really great, although I will say it's a little tough to wear a clear sequin tonight of all nights in a vibrant color because everybody else is wearing a sequin in a vibrant color. I think the thing that sets Ashley's look apart not only is the color, but also that peplum that comes out of the bottom of the corset. I don't know. I don't think I hate it because I don't think it looks awful. And I feel like peplums oftentimes look awful, but I also don't love it, but it's not awful. Really isn't. I think that the skirt length is also fantastic, and the cut of the skirt also allows that peplum to not feel weird and awkward because I think a lot of the times the silhouette of the peplum can overtake. I think she looks really pretty. I think that the hair works. Maybe like a necklace would have helped just a little. Nothing crazy, but a little necklace. The color really suits her well. Next up, we have Charlie Hunnam, who is wearing Gucci. I watched Monster on Netflix, and I like can't stop saying gotcha, mother. And so I'm kind of obsessed. I don't think mother would approve of this look, but I think it's cool. So he's wearing this black Devore velvet with the Gucci monogram on it. And the thing is, so they kind of like burn the pieces of the velvet away, or I guess they don't burn it. They put some sort of solution on it, creates this sort of sheer effect in the velvet, and that's how you can see the monogram. I would say that out of almost every men's look from that Gucci collection, these are probably some of the most popular, or at least in my opinion, they should be the most popular because they work. I think the black velvet is gorgeous on men, and on top of it, the Gucci monogram, people are going to want to buy it. I think we can see that the horse bit belt is also coming in. I know that Demna did do that double G belt as well, but I think the horse bit belt has a little bit more of like a quiet luxury, not really like quiet luxury, but like quiet-ish luxury. It doesn't scream Gucci on it. The pant length, I don't really understand in the shoe. I don't understand it. Didn't really understand it from the collection either. I'm not living at all. I think from like the waist up, very cool, very good. But I think also Demna wants to keep that gothic, oversized, slouchy, weird shoe element that he had at Balenciaga that worked. I just don't know if the Gucci customer will flock to it, but they might. Next, we have Cindy Crawford, who is wearing Gucci as well. Noticing a theme here? So crazy. But I actually think that this is a stupendous gown. Now, this is from the collection as well, but this is a different version because it's an off-the-shoulder style, whereas I believe Demi more recently wore the same look, and it has that full sleeve on it. I think that the off-the-shoulder version works quite well. We can see these beautiful flowers that are appearing in these bugle beads. I think it's really just like a luscious tapestry-like done, gorgeous, Florentine, old school, historical, medieval, yada yada print or pattern. Really can't tell you how beautiful it is up close and in person. It just screams absolute elegance. And I think that that was the thing people were scared about Demna at Gucci being not elegant. And so I think that moments like this, he to me shows he understood the assignment, gets it, he knows what he needs to do. Next up we have Cynthia Erivo, who is wearing Schiaparelli. I think this is cool too. I think it's very Cynthia, but also like quite glam, quite gowny, quite gala oriented. It really is like quite stun. I'm pretty positive this is based on a Salvador Dali titled The Eye of Time. I believe it was a brooch that Dali made. Dali and Schiaparelli were very much so collaborators. Some of both of their best work comes from each other, most known work too. This idea that Daniel Roseberry sort of created this eye gown, it feels odd, it feels kooky, it feels weird, but it also feels like something Cynthia Erivo would absolutely be taken with. I also think that the beautiful sort of chiffon that flows out of the back in that grayish, beige-ish also helps to sort of add a little bit of oomph to it. And I think there's back images, but those back images you can also see how grandiose it is. I also love that the dress looks like it's coming undone in the back. Like the fact that it folds over and sort of flaps out, I guess, makes you think like, oh, they just didn't like zip it up or lace it up all the way in the back. But no. It's part of the design. It's part of that flowiness. I also think, again, this sort of to me screams surrealism and that idea of like lucid thoughts and lucid dreaming and, you know, things being unreal but they're real or fantasy. And so I don't know, yet it still really does feel appropriate for an event like this. So I really rather enjoyed this on her. Next up we have Damson Idris, who is wearing Prada, and I think the greatest thing about this Prada look is the boot. like there is a gray boot. That's really important to me because I feel like I'm always yapping and yammering about the importance of a boot or a shoe that is the same color as your suit. And Prada, once again, always knowing what I need and what I want and what I shouldn't buy in my life, said, oh, we have a boot for that. And here I am. Here we are. Life is good. Let's just end the video now. I actually think that Damson Idris's look too. I think that suit is really quite lovely. I don't love the unbuttoned shirt. It's my one big issue with the outfit. Just wear a tie. Wear a gray tie. You know, I like that light blue, but it's not just like light sky blue, traditional like Oxford shirt. It's this, I don't want to say like mechanic, but it's something about Prada that like there's just that odd switch of color. Like I'm literally wearing this little orange shirt. Like, do I look maybe like a pumpkin? Sure. Do I care? No, because it's Prada. And I think that that icy blue, or not icy blue, but that like muted, almost like murky but not murky blue is perfect. And so I just think a gray tie would have worked well. What I also really enjoy is this brooch thing that's sitting on the lapel. It's like a pocket watch, but it's not. It has a big emerald in it. I know that Damson Idris does have his own jewelry line, and I believe that this is from his own jewelry line called Idris. I am very intrigued by him. Like, actor, jewelry designer, what does he not do? Next up, we have Davika Hoorne, who is wearing Gucci as well. I actually think the silhouette is really lovely. I'm not obsessed with tank top strap, although I feel like that's Demna's sort of ish. I think it almost like cheapens the look a little bit, and I feel like that's Demna's point in a weird way. I don't know if that's true, but I feel like that tank top cut is something Demna would be really happy doing and sort of subverting this really beautiful mermaid gown with the sequins and crystals. It's more crystals, I think, than sequins. I think that's a subversion that we should expect from Demna's Gucci. Again, I think this is one of the moments where I say, oh, okay, this is what new Gucci might look like. But the rest of the dress, I love. It's just going to take me a little bit of time to get used to those like odd, quirky subversions. But otherwise, she looks stunned. Next up, we have Demi Lovato. I don't know who she's wearing, but she's wearing this black drop waist corseted gown with a blue taffeta gathered skirt. And I actually think that the dress itself is cute. It's nice. Not really anything to write home about. I think that she ruins herself, though, wearing that shoe. I love the shoe in and of itself. It's cool. I think that it's odd and quirky. It reminds me of like an alligator gar. Talk about biological referencing. But I do think that it does not work with the dress. I actually also like love the silk flower in that really like chocolate brown. It's just like, it's a super weird, cool shoe that I'm very into. I just don't think it works in this moment. I think that it chops her a little bit, and I don't think that's what you want. And I think the length of the dress is also like a little awkward with the shoe, and the shoe's like poking out, and it's like, are you gonna catch the gar on your feet? Or are you not gonna catch the gar on your feet? Like they're hiding underneath her dress because they don't want to get like scooped up by a stork. I don't know who eats alligator gars, but somebody does. Yeah, I feel like she is the camouflage, but alas, somebody catch that gar. Next up, we have Demi Moore, who is wearing Gucci as well. I love this. I love this dress so freaking much. I'm trying not to curse because children. But I think that this halter is absolutely stunning. I think that the sheer is great. And now I know you're going to say, Luke, but you hate the sheer. The sheer is so boring. The sheer is so blah. Yes, a lot of the times it is really boring. It is really blah because it's done in like a black lace, a white lace, just as Shia. This, I think, is different. This is a gorgeous and glamorous Gucci reference. If we zoom in, you can really see the importance of this embroidery. Like, the sequins here are absolutely luscious. Rachel, who's editing the video, Rachel, we're keeping this. And we went to go see the Gucci archive in Florence. If you did not watch that video, like, you're fake. You're faking. You're fake-rianing. We got to see the actual like historical Gucci silk scarves from the 1960s, and they were absolutely wonderful. And this is clearly a nod. It's taking the floral prints that I don't know if this is the exact one. I'd have to like really spend a little bit of time and look. But Vittorio designed this beautiful floral style with all flowers that were native to the sort of Florence region. That's what I'm assuming is going on here. If you really look, like something about the beautiful sequins and pops of floral colors and vibrancy does transform this from just another sheer gown to something really different and really lively and full of organic matter. Like it just has a difference. I think Demi really shines in this. Yes, I stand this and I don't care what anybody says. Next up, we have Doja Cat, who is wearing Gucci with jewelry from Jacob & Co. Here's what I'm going to say about this. I think the color pops. I think the plunge with the slit, again, I'm seeing it. I'm getting it. I think maybe compared to a lot of the other looks that we've talked about, this one feels a little plainer. And I don't know if it's like the shoe that I don't love. I don't think it's the color. I think the color is like fine. It's like pumpkin pie orange and like I'd judge, but I don't know. I would say out of all of these looks, this is like my least favorite. And maybe it's because I have such like high expectations for Doja because she just is such a fashion girly, but it just doesn't land in the way I kind of want it to. And maybe it's also like not her, and maybe it's more so the Gucci world is they're trying to like keep a little bit of the surprise for the next season for when Demna debuts his collection. Like, I don't know, but it's not my favorite dress. I just think it feels a little simple. It doesn't really read as super exciting. But I gotta say really quickly though, that yellow diamond or like topaz that's sitting in her little neck liana area is wonderful. I'm obsessed with it. It's so big and beautiful and bold and brash. So yeah, something about it just doesn't land. Next up, we have Elle Fanning, who is wearing Gucci as well. It's this blue lace sleeved style with what I assume is a feather coat, or at least a fur coat that looks to me like it's made of feathers, but it might be just cut or developed faux fur. But it's in this really sky blue sort of style. What I'm going to say is I love the coat. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And it's interesting to me because I wonder if this is, again, something that Demna is sort of putting forth and something we can expect to see more in like late February, early March. As for the dress, I think it's fine. I do enjoy the fact that in the lace, you can actually see the double G monogram. It's really, really subtle. You have to zoom in to see it. I find it kind of funny. I don't think that it's necessarily something I would want to own myself, but all in all, I think it's fine. I think that it fits well. I think it's okay. It's not the most exciting thing ever. I think Elle is also like just rather stunning, and so many things work on her. I think my biggest issue with the look is the necklace. It feels very, we have a financial obligation to wear this necklace, and so we're just going to put something on. And I feel like there's a lot better options than this kind of skimpy diamond little necklace moment, you know? And I know that that probably is worth like millions of dollars or whatever, and I'm calling it a skimpy necklace, but it feels a little skimpy, so shoot me. Yeah, I think it's funny in regards to like the florals and the Gucci and the lace, but somebody's mother probably would wear that to a wedding. Doesn't mean it's my favorite look ever. Next up, we have Kerry Washington, who is wearing Thom Browne, and this is a risk. Like, this is without a doubt probably the riskiest look I've seen in a minute, especially on Kerry Washington. But I appreciate that she is trying. I really enjoy the fact that this dress is constructed in such an interesting manner. On the runway, I was like, oh, okay, intriguing. It's these beautiful sort of bands of silk in green and pink that flows into a pleated sort of skirt situation with a plaid, a houndstooth of sorts. And then the rest of the skirt where the pleats open up is black. It's an odd look. I appreciate it from a construction standpoint, as I said. Here in the moment, I don't think it works. And I think that the issue is maybe if it had a jacket, maybe it wasn't this look. Like, it's just not a real human being look. And that's a lot of Thom Browne, you know? It's a lot. It's very statuesque and it's very different. It's very fashion designed, very fashion forward. I just think that it does not land in the context of like human beings. It doesn't work outside of the storytelling, the context, the nuance, the atmosphere of a Thom Browne show, which is unparalleled in our modern age. But here it just doesn't land. Ugh. Next up, we have Lorde and Versace. Am I still mad at Versace for not inviting me to their show? Yes. Am I being necessarily mean because of that? No. Shocker. I know. I actually like Dario Vitale's Versace show. Hot take. I know. I don't really care. I do think that this Lorde look is kind of ruined by the fact that on the runway, it was this beautiful gold off the shoulder sort of stringy bodice, and then there was this really beautiful sort of like swirl skirt in suede that was two shades, or at least it looks like suede, two shades of different browns. I hate this like blah ass silk skirt. We look at them side by side. The one with the knee length skirt is like so dynamic and interesting and cool, and people are gonna be like, oh, it's ugly, whatever. I don't care. It just had like something to say. It was like being a Frere Rocher in a good manner. This to me is just gold and brown. Great. Let's move on. And so I think that sucks. I'll be honest. I preferred the more dynamic, interesting pattern meets color situation. It was fun. And also, like, the pink shoe. Stand by your pink shoe, Dario, because I want to see her in a pink shoe, but I can't because that skirt is so goddamn long. And also, this is the first big outing for Versace in terms of, like, gala, gowns, all of that. And I don't think this pushes forward that, like, high octane Versace glamour that one expects. Next up, we have Quinta Brunson. I don't know who she's wearing. I really don't think I want to know who Quinta's wearing, unfortunately, because I don't know why we have this weird gold fringe in between her boobs. It's awkward. Like, it doesn't even have, like, a drama because she's not really moving in it. It just feels very rectangular, and I feel like with a fringe, there's a flowiness, a movement, a dynamicism to it, and I don't think that we're getting it with this thing. And then the dress itself is just kind of blah. So it's like, oh, gold fringe between her tits, call it a day. And I'm not understanding why we would do that at all. Next up, we have Salma Hayek, who is wearing Gucci as well. And we're going with that monochrome sequin situation. I think my issue with the dress, it's not really the color. And I really do quite love the bell sleeve. I think it's the seams. Like, it does fit her phenomenally, but I don't know if you want, like, exorcism pea suit green to, like, fit you phenomenally, if that makes sense. I don't want to be coated, my every nook and crevice coated in mushy peas. Like, I think that there is something to be said about this Nickelodeon slime color, just not in, like, a form-fitted silhouette. And then a bell sleeve. You know, it's like everything else really fitted. You could see it all, and then bell sleeve. I don't know. I think that's crazy. But I do really love the necklace. I mean, how could you not? It's intricate and beautiful, stunning. I yearn to be what I assume is an emerald, the one that's sitting right here in the cleavage. Not the one on the actual centerpiece of the necklace. No, that one. So yeah, Diva, I want it for Selma so bad. I don't think anybody understands. I don't know if she understands. I want it for her so bad, but she never gives it to me. And I don't know why. And lastly, we have Tessa Thompson, who is wearing Gucci as well. It is a sort of blown up version of the floral print I think we saw on Cindy Crawford. It's just in silver and also done in more sort of silvery sequins than anything else. I will say, I don't think it's as great as the other sequin floral styles that we saw. I think something about the silver is hard. Two, I think something about the enlarging of the actual floral pattern doesn't help to really land it. And again, there's a texture to it, but, like, it's not a texture that I want to zoom in on. You know, I don't want to investigate it. It looks a little corrosive, a little confusing, just like too silver. And I think silver sequins are such a tough thing to land and to do well. It's a hard thing. I don't think she is unfortunately doing it. Like, it fits her nicely. There could be a little bit more waist to it, but maybe it's because of the sequins. I don't know, but not living. So with that, let's talk about best and worst. Worst, Quinta, that was tough. Salma, Lorde, Kerry, unfortunately. Demi, there was a lot of bad actually in here. As for best, I'll put, like, Cindy Crawford, Cynthia, Demi. Demi was fire. And Ashley Bark? Yeah, I think that's good. So, thank you guys so much for watching this LACMA Gala video. I will see you guys in the next one, and TTYL.